Hey, good morning. Good Friday morning, everyone. I'm here with Larry Hergis, our athletic director for Taylor High School and Taylor Middle School. Just wanted to take an opportunity to have a little informal chat here this morning, Larry, if you don't mind. I feel like we're 6 feet apart, so if you don't mind, I'm going to take this mask off. Sound good?
Yes.
So, big question, of course, with this world that we're in. How are you handling the mandates that seem to change every other day from the Ohio High School Athletic Association and Hamilton County Public Health?
It's been very challenging, but you know what? The great thing about this job is that you know every day when you walk in there's going to be something different that you're not planning on happening. And it's just kind of stepped up a notch, about 10 times 10. But there's been a lot of long hours, a lot of research, a lot of questions being asked. Communication's been the key, constant communication with my coaching staff, with the parents. And we have such a great network of athletic directors in the CHL. We are constantly bouncing questions and ideas off each other just to kind of get, a second opinion. So, it's a whole different look, whole different feel this year. But I can tell you that we've done everything that we can possibly do, and we have been given the opportunity to have a season for our kids. Our student athletes are excited. The 15% capacity is going to be interesting, but we've got the numbers figured out, and we're communicating to our parents on what it's going to look like for their child's events.
So yeah, I'll segue into that, but I do know it's been a roller coaster ride. I saw you like every day in July, so I know you've been putting the hours in, and I know the changes come and then they go, and then there's an added piece to it. So I do appreciate all your work on that. And I do feel confident that we've been compliant and on top of things. But what would a home game look like maybe for soccer or football this fall? So, knowing that we've got games, right?
So we'll start with football. We're allowed 15% capacity. So we're going to be able to have 270 seats available for Friday Night Football for our student athletes, our band members, and our cheerleaders. Football, cheerleading, and for band. And 75 seats available for visitors. And so we're going to have an online ticketing system, which will be finalized today. And we'll get that information out to parents on how they can purchase a ticket online. There'll be no cash exchange. Will be a cashless system for the fall. And you will have to purchase your ticket online and bring proof of that ticket in order to enter the game. If you don't have one, you will not be permitted to come into the stadium. And then we are working on the bleachers, where every other bleacher is marked off, and then we are marking with tape 6 feet social distancing. Yeah. So when families come in, then they'll have an idea of where they need to sit. For football games, our students are going to be allowed 2 tickets per athlete. So we're marking off sets of 2 for our games here. Soccer is going to be a little different because we have a grass stadium that our student athletes and coaches want to continue to play on. We have a seating capacity of 75.
Okay.
So the idea that we're going to do for soccer is have 2 sessions. So we will sell a JV game session and then a varsity session. So as soon as the JV game is over, we will ask those parents to exit the stadium in a separate location for the entrance. Our varsity families will be waiting social distanced outside of the stadium. And then once we get the stadium cleared, make sure that it's cleaned up, sanitized, then we'll allow those varsity parents to come in. And it's going to be 2 also, 2 for us and 2 for the visiting teams.
So I'm glad we're playing, for
yes.
Sure. It's going to create some extra work for all of us, but at the end of the day, it'll be worth it. Do we video stream these games?
But for the high school games, we do all of our games on Huddle. It's a system that we use, that we video the game. It's downloaded. It gives the students an opportunity to watch their game. It's a learning tool for our coaches, but family can also get onto those sites and watch a game. So if grandma and grandpa can't get to the game, they're going to be able to watch that. It might be delayed, but that opportunity is there. We've got to be a little creative with junior high, but I've already had some parents reach out saying, hey, I'll Facebook Live for you.
Right.
So it's still work in progress. And we may not have everything perfectly in place this week, but our goal is by next week that
Right.
we've got everything going where if you can't get to a game, you're going to have that
Be
opportunity.
able to watch it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with Huddle, and I think
Yes.
that's a good program. What about the latest thing coming your way is the Taylor High School and maybe having a girls wrestling program?
Girls wrestling is gaining a lot of momentum. The Ohio High School Athletic Association has brought it up in numerous conversations with us about bringing it in as a possible sport, kind of the way they did with bowling a few years back and with lacrosse. And I can tell you right now, we have at least 20 young ladies in our district
that's
that
great.
wants to wrestle.
Okay, good.
And our junior high coach, Coach Savage, both of his daughters wrestle. He wrestled in high school, and I tell you, he's good. He's good with the kids, good with the girls, and we know that there is a need for that. We have probably 5 girls that I know of that go out and wrestle in tournaments. So we are finalizing the proposal to get to you, to present to the Board of Education, to allow us to have girls wrestling this winter. And we're excited because, first of all, it's another opportunity for kids to participate.
Right.
It's a great opportunity for our young ladies to be able to participate.
I know that you mentioned participation and getting more kids involved. What are our student-athlete participation rates? Because I'm really interested in that number. I think we talked earlier. I firmly believe whether it's athletics or any extracurricular activities we have for our students, if they get involved, all the research shows the kids perform better in the classroom. They become leaders, right? Those life skills are developed that they use later on, and typically better behavior following the student code of conduct because they have this interest in something beyond just the academics.
Right now we have 346 fall student athletes, grades 7 through 12, and they have 29 high school cheerleaders.
Wow.
It's the biggest squad that we've had.
Oh, my.
Junior high, our numbers for tryouts continue to increase. We had 27 8th graders try out for junior high volleyball, and our cross country numbers are higher than what they have been even in the junior high. It's our biggest junior high team we've had in 6 years. So that's exciting that we're able to promote our athletic programs within the school, and really any extracurricular activity. The band to me is very important, and working with Mrs. Burton, the fact that they're looking between 60 and 78 band members for the fall. I've met with Mrs. Burton about how we're going to do games.
Yep.
The band's going to be allowed to be here for 3 home games. So we've got everything set up for them for pregame, halftime shows.
That's great.
So, all around our numbers are getting big. Kids want to be involved.
Good.
And that's so important to a kid's mental health.
Right.
And to have something that they can say, hey, I'm involved with.
Yeah, and I know the cutting scenario, not making a team, that's hard for all of us, but the fact that they're trying is encouraging, and there are sports that we offer that or other extracurricular activities that don't cut. So you don't make it in one, you try something else. I think that's the key.
Yes.
So I'm just going to real quick here, Larry, try to get to know you a little bit better.
Okay.
There's I shouldn't say there's no right or wrong answer, and we're not judging here, but I just thought. So you just tell me who you prefer, right? Pete Rose or Oscar Robertson?
Pete Rose.
Horseshoes or cornhole?
Cornhole.
Michael Jordan, LeBron James?
LeBron James.
Skyline or Graders?
Graders.
Tom Brady or Joe Montana?
Joe Montana.
Buckeyes or Wolverines?
Buckeyes.
Oh, man.
That kind of answers
All right,
the Joe Montana.
We're done.